The Lenovo Yoga line is known for the more quirky, experimental form factors, and this is the newest model of the series. I'm so excited to share my thoughts on this with you, so let's check it out. This is the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i, and it is far from your typical laptop, mainly because it's one of the few out there that comes with two screens. And if you're wondering how that works for day-to-day use, well, you've come to the right place. But before we dive into any of that, let's talk about its design first. This laptop only comes in one color, and it is this stunning tidal teal shade. When you see it in person, it'll actually remind you a bit more of a mix between a midnight blue and black, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's still a very pretty laptop to look at. When you have this laptop closed, admittedly, it looks like your typical machine, but there are design cues on it that remind me there's something extra special about it. Like, check out the speaker placement, and doesn't this make you think of a file folder when it's closed? There is a notch on this thing that I kind of wish wasn't there, but it does make it easier to open the laptop. And it also houses the webcam and the different sensors you need for features like signing in via facial recognition. It makes it so convenient to log in and log out of this device. But I know not everyone's comfortable with the camera constantly tracking you. It's a good thing that the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i has a camera privacy shutter. I love the build of this laptop. It has rounded edges, feels very smooth, and the size is perfect for fitting it into my bags. It is a bit on the heavy side though. But then, I should have expected that. It has two screens attached to each other. Now, if you are worried about damaging the screens, these are both protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. It makes them scratch resistant and a bit more sturdy. And you don't even have to worry about getting fingerprints on these screens because they have an anti-fingerprint layer on top of them. This laptop was also made for the eco-conscious user. It was designed to adhere to these standards, and it's even made with recycled materials like the aluminum in the top cover, plastics in the power adapter, and its paper packaging. Now, if you're curious about what powers a device like this, let's take a quick look at its specs. I love how this laptop looks, but I love it more for what it can do for me. It has so many uses that I'm kinda geeking out over it. If you used a 2-in-1 laptop before, you might be familiar with some of these. But since you get an extra screen with the Yoga Book 9i, there are additional modes to this. Scroll mode is one of the new options. As you can see, you get one continuous image from the top to the bottom screen. Like, I love using this feature for video editing because I have a larger preview screen at the top and my timeline on the bottom screen. The other new mode you get is the book mode. This mode works when you prop it up on its side and put it in the included folio stand. This gives you two vertical screens side by side, which comes in handy for activities like reading ebooks on one screen and taking notes on another. But I also use it for easier scrolling on social media apps like TikTok and Instagram. So the mode I use the most though is a variation of the scroll mode. But instead of having just one app open, I have multiple windows open to fully utilize these two screens. So I can have all the necessary windows I need when I'm writing, and I don't even need to minimize anything. Granted, it catches a lot more attention this way, but I find it to be the most useful form of this laptop. It has made my job so much easier. Definitely have a Netflix or YouTube window open sometimes, but let's not get into that. If you want to use it as a conventional laptop, you know you can too. And there are multiple ways to do that. You can use the bottom screen as your keyboard, but I don't know how comfortable you are typing on the display. Personally, I'm not bothered by it. But if you'd rather use the physical keyboard, you can actually put it on top of the bottom screen too. Place it closer to the top screen and you get a virtual trackpad at the bottom. Or you can push it to the edge of the display and get widgets on top of that keyboard. I just really love how you get so many options on how to use this device. And you know what? I haven't even touched on all of them, but the other two, I want to talk about them in the next section. So just like other hybrid laptops, the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i has tent and tablet modes. Tent mode comes in so handy for things like face-to-face meetings. You know, you have your presentation on one side and you have the controls and your notes on the other, but I actually use it a lot more for watching movies in bed. Because the soundbar sounds the best in this position, and you have it in a more stable spot too. This laptop also has Dolby Vision HDR and Dolby Atmos. We're not going to get into the technical specs of it, but basically you get an awesome audio and video experience on this laptop too. You know, the sound on this thing is amazing. We have to thank Lenovo and its partnership with Bowers & Wilkins for making this possible. They developed this 360-degree soundbar hinge. And it's one of the best speakers I've heard in a laptop in a while. Any media I've listened to for the past few weeks has been done through this machine. And I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. Now, tablet mode feels self-explanatory, like it's very useful for reading and taking notes with the sported stylus. So that comes in handy if I want to brainstorm, but also when I want to wind down and put my thoughts down. In this mode, I can turn it into a gigantic e-reader, and I love that. So I don't really game, but that's also something you can do here. There are actually 3 titles that take advantage of these screens. You have Asphalt 9, Dungeon Hunter 5, and Modern Combat 5. These games take advantage of the bottom screen by turning it into a controller or a map. As you can see, I'm not very good at it, but the map certainly helps me navigate through this game. There's no questioning the versatility of the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i, but can it last for years? Lenovo promises long-term use and offers 3 years of premium care and accidental damage protection. Premium care gets you access to these perks, and accidental damage protection ensures that if you will accidentally damage the laptop, Lenovo can take a look at it and repair it on site, or if it's impossible to do that, they'll replace the machine for you with no additional charge. These are definitely great assurances to have. Spending time with the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i reminded me that it has everything I ever wanted in a laptop. There's nothing better than a reliable machine that goes that extra mile. Battery life-wise, I can get around 7 to 8 hours on this machine. And considering that it has 2 screens, that's actually pretty good. It takes me around 2 hours to charge each time, so I can easily stay online throughout my workday. It is one of the most unique laptops I've used in a while, and honestly, it's been one of the best too. And that's definitely a winning combo. That's it for this video on the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i. I hope I was able to answer some of your questions about this very unique laptop. If you have any more questions or have comments, make sure to leave them below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!